The hard part about reviewing a comedy movie is that in order to explain why it's good is basically how you ruin the jokes. If I'm not spoiling the jokes, I'm just here to say it's funny in as many creative sentences as possible. So I'll summarize by saying Neighbors is the funniest movie to come out this year, but only because it didn't have much competition. Still, worth seeing. The actors all play their comedic parts brilliantly. Seth Rogen is as reliable as always for playing the in-over-his-head man-child. Rose Byrne likewise does a great job playing Rogen's wife. I was expecting Rogen to be pulling most of the weight, as comedy writers tend to give less jokes to women, but she really shows her comedic chops here. But the surprise performance here is Zac Effron, who definitely gives the highlight performance of the film. I was blown away by his nuanced performance that's one part endearing and another part psychotic. Whereas Rogen plays a man who wishes for the college glory days to come back, Effron's character is one who realizes his own glory days are fast coming to an end. The script is a step above the average comedy movie. Both sides have understandable reasons for hating each other, and I was happy to see they take the time to build the hatred up, rather than people hating each other just because the script needs them to. Other characters, like Christopher Mintz-Plasse, do their jobs great as well. However, some characters, like Ike Barinholtz's Jimmy, feel underused. In particular, Carla Gallo's character as Paula gets something like 10 minutes of screen time and definitely needs more. Now, not just because she's funny, but Paula and Jimmy are actually given their own subplot, involving divorce and mistrust and sex with one of the fraternity brothers, but with how little screen time they get, it feels just like an underdeveloped plot, and feels like it only wraps up because the movie is ending. That was one of the part of the movie that kind of got to me, so I'm going to throw up a spoiler warning right now with a timestamp of when I get off this spoiler topic. So if you don't want to hear spoilers about the film, just go to that time on the screen. Okay, great. Now up until this point, the pranks were largely mean-spirited but not heavy-handed, and threats against one another were mostly ultimatums about future pranks or backhanded insults. But near the end of the film, Effron's character actually threatens Rogen's baby daughter by declaring that the frat will always be filled with young horny guys who will be watching her every day. Now I think they simply meant that once the daughter was of legal age, or maybe slightly under, she might want to see what all the commotion going on next door is and maybe fall for one of the frat guys. But no mention of consent or legal age is made, and it comes across like the film is saying Zac Effron or his frat is going to rape her at some point in her life. They could have easily avoided this by having him say something like, one day when she's older, she might just want to see what all the fun going on next door is, and she won't be such an innocent princess when she sees what it's like to have fun. But because of the poor phrasing, it paints him like some sort of sex offender for infants, and even after Rogen and him make up at the end, all I could see was a guy who threatened sex on a minor because he wanted to party. Now, overall, the movie is solid, but most of the best jokes are given away in the trailers. If you've managed not to see the De Niro joke in the commercial yet, try your best not to, because it's absolutely the highlight of the film in my opinion. I'm giving Neighbors a 3 out of 5 stars. See you later.
A strike?
Well, listen, the way I do my job is, I'm always thinking about the headlines, right? So, Duke lacrosse team rapes stripper. Bad headline. Fraternity keeps couple awake. That's not really even a headline. I don't even think it would make the local police blotter.